Hello, my name is Miss Megan, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own paper roll shark. Here we go. Okay, so once you cut out all of the pieces on your blue piece of cardstock, you're going to have these pieces, and you're also going to have this strip of white paper. Mine has already been cut with little teethies, but we'll get to that in a second. So the first thing you need to do is take this rectangle piece. This is going to be the body of your shark. So you cut all these pieces out, and then you take your paper tube, okay? So then you wrap the paper around the tube, and you staple it closed with a stapler. You staple it with a stapler. And you try and be careful not to staple the paper tube. So you put a little staple and you go boop. And then you go do it on the other side too. And you don't staple the paper tube. Don't do that. What happens if you do that? I don't know. It would probably be okay if you accidentally stapled it. I don't know. But just try not to. Okay. So now it's going to look like this. This is going to be your body of the shark. So then you're on the inside, your little roll thing, it can move back and forth. So just push it to one end. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut the mouth of the shark out. So it's going to look like a Pac-Man mouth. Okay? So it's going to look like this. So you cut it sort of in a triangle. And it's not going to be like exact because you're cutting a triangle out of a circle, but that's okay. And, I ran into my staple. Okay, hold the phone. We're just going to staple it a little further. Okay, stand by. You continue cutting in a triangle fashion. So this is what it's going to look like when you have completed your shark mouth. Okay? So it's going to look like this. So one end, both ends are going to have these little chompers. See? Like that. Okay. So step 3, now we got to make the cone. Okay? The cone that will be going on the end for the tail. Okay, so you take your half circle and you take the ends of it and you got to make it into a little cone. So you just bring them together and you sort of, you just curve it until it's like a cone. And you keep twisting it until it is about the length that it's going to go in your thing. So you got to do a little adjusting. You try to make it come to a little point at the end if you can. That might be a little tough. Okay, so you got to make it a little tighter so that it will fit in the little tubey thing. Okay. So once you are sure that it'll fit in there, so that looks like it'll fit, right? So then you take your stapler and you staple it. And depending on the size of your stapler, it might be a little difficult. If you're ever unsure, you can always just tape it or glue it instead. But I think I'll be able to make this fit, right? Yeah, we'll be able to shove it in there. Okay. All right. So then you take your little cone and we're going to cut a little slit in it. So this is going to help us put the tail in it once we stick it in the thingy. So you take your scissors and you go on the end and you just go just a little bit. I don't know, like a centimeter maybe. You cut a little in the end there. If you're worried about the instructions, don't worry. You will also have this handy instruction sheet in your bag, which I am literally reading off of right now. Okay, so now we are ready to add our tail. So this can be a little tricky, but you stick your cone in there. And make sure your tube is pushed all the way to the back. You stick your cone in here, and now we're gonna add glue to make it stay forever. Okay, I'm gonna open the glue. It's stuck a little bit. So you can be generous with the glue, you know? You can add as much glue as you want. The instructions actually recommend at the very end using spray glue, which I have never used, but I imagine that is useful. So luckily I have a little example at the end because this is gonna need to dry so that it literally stays in place. Okay, so this is how this is gonna look. Once it's dry, it will not move. Okay, so you insert the cardboard tube. Yeah, no, our cardboard tube's already back in there. Okay, so now we gotta get our little teethies. Okay, so you will have a strip of paper that is not cut into little triangles. So all you have to do is, I'm gonna put this down here. So all you have to do is cut out little triangles and these will be our shark teeth. So what we gotta do is, all you have to do is stick these on the mouth of your shark. Like this. See? Mwaha. So you're gonna have to cut it to be the right length, and then you use a glue stick to glue it on the inside. So let's do that now. Let's cut, this looks good. And then we'll take our glue stick, because I have glue and glue stick, because I have it all. I have fortune, fame, and everything. Okay. So you take your glue. So once that's glued, then you will stick it on the inside, right here, of your little shark mouth. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so now we got one. So we have basically 4 little corners that we have to do that on. So let's do another one. And if it's not exact, you know, it's okay. If your teeth don't match up exactly, that's okay. It has some crooked teeth, and that's fine. I have crooked teeth. Lots of people do. Okay, so now here we are, and we're gonna keep adding our little spiky teeth to the inside of our shark mouth. Come on, there you go. Perfect, mwaha. So we're gonna do the other two of these. And then we're gonna stick them in here. And then this little corner of the mouth is shorter than the rest of them because I cut it weird. And you know, that's life sometimes. Okay, so this is our last little piece of shark teeth. And then we stick it in the little corner there. And we've got shark chompers. Okay, and you gotta make sure that your tail is not falling out, like mine is. Okay. So, once you've got your chompers, the rest is, you know, fairly simple. So, we have our little, first we're gonna stick on this is the fin. So the big end of it, you can see there's a little end and a big end. The big end of it goes up. So this is the shark tail. Remember the little slit we cut in the cone? So we're gonna slide this into our little slit, except this way. In you go. Perfect. And now you can adjust it to be the proper up and down. This glue is, yeah, you should do this over newspaper or something so that you're not getting your kitchen table all dirty. It's okay. Even if it does get dirty, you know what? That's life sometimes. Okay. And then we have our next few easy steps. So this is the very cool shark little fin thing that goes on top of its back. Is that called the dorsal fin? I think it's called the dorsal fin, if I am remembering my high school biology correctly. And then you just plop it on the top of your shark, like this. But it needs little arm fins too, right? So we gotta take our 2 little arm fins that we cut out and we glue on the little flap And then we fold it along the little dotted lines. And then you stick them to the side, the little body of the shark. We'll do it for the other one. Fold it, and we stick it. Ah, that one fell off. When in doubt, just use more glue. If it's not sticking, add more glue. More is better. Not always. Okay. So there we go. And we have one last thing that we need to add. We need to add his googly eyes. So included on your instruction sheet are some googly eyes that you can, I will use liquid glue to put these on the shark because I think that will make it stick better. So I'm putting 2 little dots of glue and I will add my Google eyes. In you go. Wahahaha. And then you have a mighty bad shark. You can also draw with a Sharpie. You can draw little gills on the side of it, which I think is cool. But this is what your little shark will look like. And he needs to dry. So the finished product will look like this. And he will be the baddest boy in the ocean. Chomp, 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 chomp. Yeah, it's really cool because now you know how to make one. So you can make as many of these as you want. Yeah, so chomp, 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 chomp. Thank you for joining me. It was so nice to see you. Be sure to stop in the Lawrenceburg Public Library for all of your all of the informational books on sharks you could ever want. Thank you.